Reason number 5, Sue Kelly lost her seat. The congresswoman was tone deaf. Kelly failed to realize that President Bush's policies were hitting all the wrong notes. She rubber-stamped the Bush administration policy at home while backing a misguided war overseas. Kelly's Democratic opponent, John Hall, he got the new beat. He not only heard the music, he literally sang it.
We're still having fun, and you're still the one.
Reason number 4, the congresswoman is now looking for a new job. Scandal. While Pagegate rocked the Republican Party across the country, here in the Hudson Valley, Kelly brushed aside her own connection. Chair of the Page Board at the very time, former Representative Mark Foley was sending lewd and sexually suggestive emails to underage pages. Kelly, confronted not long after the scandal broke, was angry and defensive.
During that time, there was nothing that came to my attention of this nature.
Reason number 3, Sue Kelly will have more time to spend with her grandkids, running, ducking, and hiding. She ran from our cameras in a bit of bizarre political theater, now political lore. She ducked the League of Women Voters' call for a televised debate, forcing RNN to forge ahead without her, her absence marked by this now familiar empty chair. She ducked when arriving for an appearance on a cable TV show, and she even fled from our reporter waiting to question her there.
Are you going to accept the League's invitation?
Did you get a schedule?
No.
Reason number 2, Sue Kelly will be spending a lot more time in Katona. IPolitics. The digitization of political campaigns, blogs, and YouTube, they played a large role this election year because voters were offered limited access to Kelly. Many turned to the web. Her now infamous run from our cameras showed up on thousands upon thousands of blogs. There have been more than 50,000 hits on YouTube alone. If Kelly didn't get the new reality of the internet and politics, John Hall sure did.
The word spread around and the blogs carried it, and you know, I am perhaps the other way to a fault. I tend to talk too much and be willing to talk to anybody.
And finally, reason number 1, Sue Kelly's out and John Hall is in, RNN. From day one, we were committed to complete and comprehensive coverage of the races important to you. New York 19 was one of them. From the Congresswoman's failure to recognize the call for change, to Pagegate, to the snub of the League of Women Voters, to the blogs, RNN was there to provide voters the access to Sue Kelly that she tried to repeatedly deny.
Now, we attempted to contact Congresswoman Kelly and her campaign today to respond to Stouter's statements, calls, and emails to her campaign office. Congresswoman's campaign office were not returned again. Calls to her congressional office were referred to her campaign office.
The fact is, we pointed our cameras at Sue Kelly time and time again, and the camera, it never blinked.
All right, thanks so much.
Listen, I wanted to thank you. You folks have been wonderful. The coverage has been right up the middle. We couldn't have been happier. I want to thank you and everyone else at RNN for the great coverage.